million.
I'm really frustrated. I don't know what to say to myself. It's not as easy as I thought.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Raised on Sports. I am here in California with my dad, home for Thanksgiving. I'm the daughter of this father-daughter podcast.
Hello everyone, Jason here, and love having you home, Ray.
Thanks.
All right, well, something we have always been talking about in our podcast together is the field goal challenge that they do on game day with Pat McAfee, and they draw the student out of the crowd and try to kick a 33-yard field goal for lots of money. What do you have to say, Reagan? Is there anything you have to say about field goal kickers?
Okay, I think field goal kickers have a lot of pressure on them, but a 33-yard does not seem that far. I think I can do it. I used to play soccer when I was in 7th grade, and I think I can do it.
So you're saying this is pretty easy?
Yeah, I would say this is easy.
Have you ever had anything bad to say about kickers?
Of course. Who doesn't have anything bad to say about kickers?
All right, well, let's see what you got. All right, so here we are, 33 yards out. Reagan Carey from Clemson University is kicking for $200,000. Lining herself up.
Okay, I'm scooting more back. Ready?
And as Pat McAfee would say, you
One
suck.
more try. One more try.
And the crowd is chanting.
One more try.
All right.
Luna, come here.
We have our dog, Kurt. Street has his dog distracting the kicker, so we have our dog, Luna.
Luna's icing me.
Is acting like Peter.
Peter, the dog.
All right,
Again?
there we go. One more try.
I need to get higher.
Pat McAfee said he would now double the stakes, so for $400,000, Reagan Carey from Clemson University. That was the best looking one.
That was close.
I'm really frustrated. I don't know what to say to myself. It's not as easy as I thought. But it's okay. I'll get better. I'll practice, and home for Christmas break, we're coming here again.
So unfortunately, I did mess up and lose that $400,000. But out of the chance of college game day, we have another opponent going to kick the field goal for $800,000. Here is Jason Curry. Watch out, Luna.
A dog distraction in the way.
Yeah.
Put a finger on top.
Just one?
Yeah. All right.
Watch out.
Let's go.
No. Oh! That was close. So one more try?
One more try.
One more try, and I think this is for the win.
Okay.
$1 million. All right. Places, turn around. You got it. We are back home. I am still with my dad after a failed attempt of the 33-yard field goal.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of a fall. How are you feeling?
I'm a little sore. That I won't lie. That hurt a little bit, but lots of newfound respect for kickers.
My leg hurts, and I was just kicking with my right leg. My whole quad is sore right now, and we were out there for what? 15 minutes?
Yeah, not
very long. So yes, we have a newfound respect for these kickers, and they're kicking more than 33 yards.
They are.
Most of the time. So full respect. And for those students who have made those field goals during college game day, it is hard.
Great job.
Good job.
Good job.
But we do have to recap our last week in college football, because what was it?
So we had number 5, 7, 9, 14, 15, 16.
All lose.
Upset.
By teams that were A lot of them were unranked.
Some were ranked, some were unranked.
Yeah.
But it was definitely put the college football playoff into a frenzy. And what an exciting new rankings that we have out. So it was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend. But let's start off. How was your actual week?
My week was good now that everybody is home.
Everyone's home.
I love it.
Thanksgiving coming up.
Thanksgiving. We're very, very thankful to be together, to all of us, and to be doing this podcast for you and sharing it and having some fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're together. I have been home for now 4 or 5 days or so, and it's been so nice, so relaxing. It was fun to get out on the field and try to kick some field goals and just spend time with the family. So not much to update you on except for I've been laying in my bed a lot, and it's been great.
We'll have a great entertainment segment for you this week, right? We got some movie recaps and some shows to recap as well. But first, college football.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it. We had the rankings come out last night, so we have brand new rankings.
Yep.
Oregon, Ohio State still up there at 1 and 2. But those two teams look like they're going to collide and head towards the Big Ten championship game.
Yep. I'm trying to think.
SEC.
Who else lost?
Oh, yeah. You had Indiana lost, Ole Miss lost, BYU lost, Colorado lost.
BYU's kind of out.
I think BYU is out. Well, yeah, most likely. They definitely hurt themselves losing the last 2 games.
Colorado's out.
Colorado's most likely
We both
out.
picked Colorado to win
I know.
last week. And we're like, yeah, Colorado needs this win to get in the playoff. Kansas needs this win to be bowl eligible. We thought Colorado had it in the bag, but Kansas came away and they took the win.
They played well.
They played very well. We had the BYU ASU game, which kind of stirs some things up in the rankings. Now ASU is predicted to be in the college football playoffs if they win.
If they win the championship. So they've got a path to the championship game where they just need to beat Arizona, and they're in. So,
but people say, I actually saw this on TikTok this morning, that if ASU, it could actually hurt them getting to the championship game because if they lose in the championship, they're out.
Whereas if they don't even make the championship, they might have a better chance.
Yes.
Sounds very familiar to Clemson.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And let's get to the ACC, right?
Yep. So we have now 3 ACC teams in the top 12.
Yep.
Which is very interesting now that SMU's in the ACC. I don't even know what is the best way for Clemson to get in the playoffs because they need to beat USC this weekend. I feel like that's the start. But if we make it to the playoffs and we lose, there's a chance that we could be out. But if we don't make it to the championship and SMU loses,
could jump SMU and take their place.
This 12-team playoff is actually insane. I don't even know how to process it.
I think nobody really knew how to process it and how it was going to unfold until we actually are going through it. And here we are going through it, and it's crazy. It's chaos.
Especially because there's now so many teams in these conferences that they can't play each other.
Yes.
And so, like, who makes it to the conference championships is a conversation to start with.
Yes.
And then who makes it to the actual playoffs is even crazier. So with 12 teams, with conferences like ACC with 17 teams now, is insane. So it's just interesting. How are they going to kind of adapt over the years? I know this is very brand new.
What changes will be made, yes.
Yeah. So it is interesting.
It's nice to see. It definitely needs a little tweaking.
Yeah.
Whether that's maybe adding a few more teams, I don't know. But it's just good to see that we're talking about so many teams here mid-November, whereas in years past, we are only talking about 5, maybe 6 teams.
Exactly. So, I mean, who would have thought ASU, Boise, would even be in a college football playoffs ever? So it is fun.
It's fun.
I think it was interesting to see Ole Miss lose because they were a high contender.
They had a path.
Yeah, and they're out. Well, I think, right?
They're pretty much out. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even predict
There's
anything.
so many different tiebreaker scenarios that it goes so in depth on a lot of those teams. But I'll tell you who is and had the best game this weekend is the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. They beat undefeated Army up in Yankee Stadium and looked really good doing so. I don't know if that's just credit to maybe a lower caliber team in Army, but
But
Notre
they're
Dame,
still undefeated.
they were undefeated, and they've had a couple good wins.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame, and just the way that Notre Dame beat them too, they were dominant.
And do you think because Notre Dame's technically not in a conference that helps them?
In this case, I think it's actually hurting them because I
Okay.
think if they were in a conference, they would have a great shot at winning and then earning one of those buys.
Okay.
As of right now, there's no way Notre Dame can earn a bye because they're not in a conference. So, but at least having a home playoff game, if they can beat USC, the Trojans, out here on Thanksgiving, then at least getting that home game would be a nice reward to everybody back in South Bend.
Yeah, that would be good. But just not having that bye does shake up the 12-team playoff. And now it's the talk of, is the Mountain West going to be the fourth bye, or is the Big 10?
Or the Big 12.
Big 12. Going to be the fourth bye. The Big 10 is already going to be one. So it's like ASU, Boise kind of seeing. And if it's going to be the Big 12, Boise might not have a chance of making the playoff too.
Correct.
It's all crazy. There's so many different pathways. And I was just happy to see Texas A&M lose as well at Auburn. I had a couple
4
friends.
overtimes.
Oh my gosh, that game was. We were watching it.
We did.
I had a couple friends who were there who stormed the field after, and
fun.
That looked just so much fun. The 4 overtimes was actually crazy.
That was wild.
I was on the edge of my seat. I thought Texas A&M, like once we got to overtime, I was like, shoot, Texas A&M is going to win. And I'm wanting Auburn to win, so obviously, as a Clemson fan, it's kind of how it works. But yeah, that was a fun game.
That was fun.
And I'm glad that my friends got to experience taking down the field goals and rushing a field for once.
Yes, now that
especially
was
for Auburn.
We have the last week of games coming up this Thanksgiving weekend.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week. So lots of games to talk about. We'll get to those in our picks. So how about we jump right into that? Let's make picks.
Because it is rivalry week. I'm so excited to go back to Clemson because let's start off with the Clemson-South Carolina game because this is probably the biggest game of the weekend. And I'm not biased.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Well, Texas A&M is a pretty big game. That's where College Game Day chose to go again. College Game Day, poor choice in that one. Don't repeat. Don't go back to College Station.
I know.
Make
they've
a
been
trip
there,
to Clemson.
They've been there 3 times now, right?
Twice actually in A&M, but this will be the 3rd time they're doing Texas. So
that's so stupid. Imagine they come to Clemson because South Carolina is now ranked 14.
Yep.
Something like that. And Clemson's now ranked 12. So this is a huge game, and Clemson needs to win. As a fan, of course. But even if South Carolina wins, they both have a big shot of being a pick in the college football playoffs. What do they call them? When you don't win?
An at-large.
An at-large. Yes. But obviously, I'm going to pick Clemson. I'm going to be there. I just got a ticket this morning, actually.
You got one?
Yeah, I got a ticket. So I will be there on Saturday at 12 o'clock. So 9 o'clock your time.
Yep, I'll tune in.
You better wake up. And I'm so excited. Clemson better win. It's a home game, but the last home game we had at 12 o'clock against South Carolina, freshman year,
didn't go so well.
Was really unfortunate. So I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that Clemson will win. It's been a season for us, so
You're picking Clemson. All right.
I got to.
I think of one of the biggest games of the weekend. It's hard not to pick against the home team. It's hard not to pick against a team that has a lot of momentum. South Carolina's playing extremely well, though, right now as well. I think this is going to be an absolute battle. You hope it's just a fantastic game. That's what we're hoping for. But I'll pick Clemson as well.
Okay, good.
And you can do a lot of scoreboard watching because at the same time, Miami-Syracuse will be playing.
Oh, this is a big game for Clemson.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people will be on their phones watching that game while we're watching the Clemson game in person. And if Miami loses, we make it to the championship.
You're in.
Right?
You're in, regardless of winning or losing against South Carolina. If Miami loses that game,
we're in.
You're in.
And it is something to note that Miami almost lost to Wake Forest.
They were down early, but yeah.
They always are so
I know,
close,
they pull
and they
away.
just pull away. And Syracuse is a much better team than Wake Forest, I would think.
I think so.
And they already lost to Georgia Tech.
Yes.
So we'll see. I'm
We'll
going to
see.
cross my fingers for Miami to lose. And
How about the other big game of
Uh-huh.
the weekend? Texas A&M.
okay,
Who are you picking there?
this is a huge game for Texas. Texas A&M is out, right?
Texas A&M wins. They're in the SEC championship to play it. The winner of this game plays Georgia in the championship.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, the winner of this game plays Georgia.
But will Texas still be in the playoffs if they lose?
Yes, it would be 2 losses. They're high enough ranked. Yes, I would think so.
That's really
That's
hard.
a tough one. I'm picking Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm picking Texas. I know the game is in College Station. A&M will be fired up after that 4 overtime loss. I will pick Texas, though. I think they are the better team, and they want to get to that SEC championship.
I agree. I think Texas is the better team. I think Quinn Ewers is on a roll right now. In the beginning of the season, he was kind of iffy and threw a lot of interceptions, or he got hurt too in the beginning of the season. But he's kind of back and very healthy, on a roll. So I think he's going to take it away. I'm going to pick Texas as well. I think it'll be a good game.
All right.
But I think Texas deserves to be in the SEC championship.
We're the same on that one. How about Notre Dame USC, the annual evened year game out here on the West Coast?
Yep.
I actually have tickets to the game.
You're going?
I don't know if I'm going to go or not.
Why wouldn't you?
Because my couch and a big TV and watching the Clemson game earlier sounds really good as well.
What time is it at?
The game is 12:30 here.
Okay.
So it would be after the Clemson game.
Okay.
I'm picking, obviously, Notre Dame on this one.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think because they are such the better team, Marcus Freeman will not let them have a letdown.
Mm-hmm.
They will be ready to play, enjoy their Thanksgiving turkey, and then go out there and whoop up on some Trojans.
I agree. We grew up going to this game.
Many memories.
Many memories at the Notre Dame USC game. We have some good family friends who are USC fans that we would go with, and it would always be a little rivalry. But I'm picking Notre Dame as well. I don't think this is any question about it. Notre Dame's a better team. USC just beat UCLA. I know that was a huge win for them because of that big rivalry, but
made them bowl eligible as well.
Yeah, so they're already bowl eligible. They're not anywhere close to the playoffs. They're not anywhere close to being ranked. So I think Notre Dame has a lot more on the line, and they're a better team. They're going to do great.
Great. The other big rivalry is Michigan-Ohio State, where Ohio State has now lost 4, I believe, in a row.
4 games?
4 to Michigan in this.
Okay.
In this rivalry,
it's a much different year.
It is.
I think Ohio State's going to win. They've lost. Well, also Michigan was the champion last year.
Yep.
So they were a much better team last year. They lost their head coach last year, and Ohio State's going to win. They, like I said, they're ranked 2 right now, and Michigan has lost 3-4 games, something like that. They're not a good team, and they're not.
Yeah, I agree. This is the year Ohio State ends the streak and wins. Enough said. It's just that simple. And I could even see this game being a blowout.
I agree.
30 points plus. So pick Ohio State in a blowout.
Okay, I agree. The next one is one of the biggest rivalries.
Probably one of the longest traditional rivalries in the South.
Yeah,
for sure. Auburn, Alabama.
Yes. I mean, to go to this game sounds so much fun.
Yes.
It is at Alabama. Auburn's coming off a big win.
Big win.
Against Texas A&M.
Yep.
And now they're going down to Tuscaloosa. Actually, this is hard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is an easy game. I think Alabama's going to win. I'm going to pick the favorite again. Okay. They're at home. They've lost some bad games the past couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I think they said this is the first 3-loss team
in a long time.
In 2009,
8, 9, yeah, it sounds about right.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to make this a 4-loss team for Bama,
Sure.
especially with their new coach.
I agree. I mean, as much as I would love to pick Auburn in a big upset, Alabama's winning this game. End of story.
Period. Point blank period.
Done.
And then one more rivalry we have in the state of Arizona is the ASU-Arizona game.
At Arizona. Yeah, big rivalry.
This is a big game for ASU because they're on the cusp of the playoffs and the Big 12 championship. They're going to the Big 12 championship no matter what, correct?
I'm pretty sure. I don't.
To play against who?
To play against possibly a Iowa State.
Okay. Not Colorado?
That's the one conference where the tiebreakers go so far and beyond. I can't comprehend it. So I just know that ASU, coming off a huge win at home, now goes into Arizona. I am sure the Arizona faithful will be out cheering hard, but ASU's got a little team of destiny on them.
I know. They kind of came out of nowhere.
They kind of came out of
the dark horse, like you like to say. I have not been watching them at all. I've never really been a huge fan of ASU, but also they came out of nowhere, so I haven't had my eye on them. But after watching their game last week, I think they're going to win. U of A just lost to TCU last week, which is probably a hard loss. And ASU is a better team. They're coming off a huge win. They're going to go down to U of A and beat them.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to agree, even though I think this could be an upset and anything happens in these rivalry games. Yeah. I'll pick ASU as well. So
are we 5 for 5?
I think we're pretty similar this whole week. So
it's crazy. It's a bunch of huge rivalries. I know all the students are so excited to go back from Thanksgiving to one of these games, including me.
Yep.
I go back early every year to go watch this game. So I'm excited for the Gamecocks to go down.
Should be a fun.
We had a huge, we call it Cocky's funeral.
Oh, yes.
I showed you pictures of this. It was on Monday. I wasn't there. I was here at home. But they have this huge bird that they make out of like paper and wood, and they light it on fire. And they have like performances, and it's this huge thing. USC also does this. They have this huge tiger, light it on fire. They've been doing it for so many years. I think they said like 80 something years, and it's been one of the longest traditions in Clemson. And I wish I was there to see that. I haven't been to one since being at Clemson, which maybe next year I'll go. But they give out free chicken sandwiches, which is funny because we're burning the bird. It's just like a big tradition and just shows how big the rivalry and how long this rivalry has been going on.
Love it. Love to hear all these fun traditions, especially in these colleges. It makes that college experience just even better. So
yeah.
I'm happy you're home and enjoying Thanksgiving, but I'm real excited that you get to go back to that game.
It should be a lot of fun. And I'm glad I got a ticket. Thank goodness.
We have a brief kind of just other recap. NFL had some really good games this past weekend. We're really looking forward to this coming weekend where we have 3 Thanksgiving games tomorrow.
It's always the best.
For the first time ever, there's even a Black Friday game.
Oh.
Kansas City Chiefs and the Raiders play on Friday. And then, of course, Sundays. So NFL football is at an all-time high right now. And we even watched a little college basketball the past couple nights.
Last night, Duke and Kansas played. Yep. Cooper Flagg did not look his very best, I don't think. I was watching recaps and TikToks about it. He's a great player. He's the number 1 prospect for the 2025 draft. But he didn't play his best game last night against Kansas.
I think Kansas looked really good last night. And they were playing without one of their best players, Hunter Dickinson, who was ejected on a flagrant foul call. So a great game. We are getting that's probably about the 4th or 5th college basketball game I've seen already, and we are in the very beginning of the season in early November, but seeing some fantastic college basketball. So I can't even assume what's going to imagine come March. So love it.
I'm excited for March Madness, which we'll definitely be doing our podcast on March Madness. I am so excited.
Can't wait.
We did mention that we had some entertainment things. Yes. One of our favorite things to do together is go to the movies, watch shows, all of the above. So what did we see? We saw Wicked.
Monday night, whole family, we got our tickets. We went some Wicked. What'd you think?
I really liked it. I grew up going to the play or the musical, and I've always loved the story of Wicked. I thought Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were great. I loved them. I hated how it is part 1 and part 2, which I didn't really know going
Hope that's
into
not
it.
a spoiler. Is that a
No,
spoiler?
no.
I did not know that.
That it's like it cuts off at the intermission of
Yes.
what the play is.
Yes.
Which is not a spoiler.
Okay.
And it's a long movie. I think it kind of dragged on a little bit.
Okay.
But what did you think?
I liked it. I really liked it.
Were you entertained?
I was entertained. It had some phenomenal singing. We all know the story, so you kind of know what to expect. But they definitely threw their spin on in a movie touch on it. Yeah. And I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It was really pretty to watch.
Yes.
Like lots of beautiful colors, lots of, I don't know, the singing was great. Obviously, both of them are great at singing. So, yeah, I thought that was good.
How about Dancing with the Stars finale?
I was like, what are you gonna... Yes, we watched the Dancing with the Stars finale last night. It was 3 hours long.
Way too long.
Oh my gosh. It could have been literally an hour and a half.
Yes.
If that. Wait, can we spoil? Yeah. It's everywhere. It's all over social media.
If you do not want to hear the results of Dancing with the Stars, push pause.
But Joey, I'm so excited for him to win. Yay! He was my favorite throughout the entire season. He was great. I know you were hooked on it.
It was really good.
I got my roommates hooked on it, which they've never watched it before. Joey was great. Who else?
How about Ilana getting second place? Kind of in an upset.
Yeah, Ilona was great. She has a bunch of fans. Like, she was just hilarious. This season of Celebrities was just so good. From like Dwight Howard.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Danny Amendola.
Danny, loved him. Steven got 4th place. Oh my gosh, I love Steven. Me and my roommates are trying to get tickets to their tour. Because they're playing in Spartanburg, which is like 50 minutes from Clemson.
Okay, all right.
So, and then Joey will be there, Steven will be there on
that.
So we're just trying to get tickets. It was a great season. I'm sad to see it's over, just because that's what I'd look forward to every Tuesday.
I know.
Me and my roommates would stay up late and watch that.
Gonna have to find something new.
I know.
A new show.
So we'll see. What else have we been watching?
There's a lot of good movies coming out over Thanksgiving.
Moana.
You have Gladiator 2.
Okay.
The Denzel. It's coming out. So yeah, there's a lot of good things coming out. A lot of entertainment out there.
Yeah, that's kind of it. That's all we got for you today.
That's all we got. Yeah, we're excited for Thanksgiving with family. We're going to go feed the homeless tomorrow, which will be really nice.
A little turkey trot.
Have a little turkey trot.
We are the turkey trot family.
Watch some football for sure.
Of course.
And then get you safely back to Clemson so you can enjoy a football game.
And we'll record again on Monday.
And we're back on Monday, guys.
All right, perfect.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Thanks for watching Raised on Sports. I'm Reagan.
I'm Jason.
And we'll see you next week.